The St. Lawrence Seaway is located between Canada and the United States. It interconnects the Great Lakes and is located within the St. Lawrence River. It provides access to the Atlantic Ocean for inner North America. While it technically began in 1954, the project was to create a series of locks, canals, and channels that create a waterway using the St. Lawrence River and the Great Lakes to get to the Atlantic Ocean. It was completed in 1959. It was a necessary project for the USA and for Canada because this allows travel from the Atlantic Ocean to the inner North Americans. The St. Lawrence Seaway utilized the St. Lawrence River, which flows from Lake Ontario to the Atlantic Ocean. It promoted maritime commerce and created a safe and secure international travel way. In 1959, the project cost was $470 million, but in 2017, that inflates to roughly $3,926,402,768.17, which is a substantial amount of money. There are many benefits which include providing 227,000 jobs to Canadians and Americans, which in turn created about $14 billion in personal income, $35 in transportation-related business revenue, $5 billion in federal, state, and provincial and local taxes, and $6 million in local purchases. So obviously it produces a lot of income and jobs. It also has, as mentioned before, it gives a safe way to travel to the region of the Americas to the Atlantic Ocean. With all these upsides, there really wasn't much downside. All the cost to build it has definitely paid off and turned much more profit, although the construction of this waterway did somewhat put the Erie Canal out of business. There did not seem to be any new sort of technology used to build the canal, but the canal was built partially for the reason that bigger ships were becoming a normal thing, and they needed to create the Seaway to allow them to actually permit the ships to travel in this area safely. The Seaway is a length of 2,342 miles from the Lake Superior to the Atlantic Ocean and can accommodate ships up to 730 feet long. The government had a huge role in making this project happen because it was introduced and approved by the federal government and overseen and personally approved by President Dwight Eisenhower himself. The Canadian government also said that they would work on the Seaway with or without the U.S. if necessary.
The greatest way that the canal affected people is by giving over 200,000 jobs with good income, as well as increase the trade and merchandise that can happen in the areas of the waterway. Overall, it affected the people in a positive manner.